Okay, here we are. Yeah. Let me see. I mean, in reality, I don't have that much if I need to talk so slowly, voicily. I don't know. I guess yeah. I don't know. Anyways, here we are. Another occasion on this or damned place or barren land of I don't know something words probably I don't know. Here we are basically. I used to it what isn't working. I will guess. I will probably try to say. Let me see. We left. Okay. We left over here. We were doing the plaza. We still have to continue this. This is kind of a pain at this point. I don't know. Anyways, mosquito? What? There is a mosquito? I don't know. Anyways, let me do the proper thing. It is to. Okay. I have the chat. Yeah. I sent another video to be uploaded to the YouTube. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I don't have that much things to do. Let me. I shouldn't, right? I mean, I hope so. Anyways, let me. Once again, why are we having problems with encoding? Why is anything lagging? I was going to say something, anything. So it shouldn't be happening. I don't know. I guess it is bound to happen because my PC is bad or something of that sort. I don't know. Potato quality is potato constant problem. I guess. Anyways, aside from that, let me transition into this. So, yeah, as I was trying to say, we left on this particular note. We finished. No, we had to finish this. When was it that I started this? I think it was yesterday. No, I mean, I don't think about it. I know that I did so. I started this yesterday night. I guess. I will guess. So yeah, we have to continue with all of this project basically. Let me see. I don't know. I love when I have like 50 different stuff open all the time. Anyways, pencil, no pen, and well, anyways. So let me drink water, and after that we can properly say our greetings and start with all of this properly. And yeah. Wow. Here we are. Amazing. Basically, another night over here. Another beautiful occasion. Spent doing something like art that tries to imitate the state of art, you know? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I can truly say I have lost every single one of my marbles doing this. This is probably one of the longest projects that I have decided to do so far. I think, well, I remember once I tried to create maps for, what was it, for Garry's Mod when I was a not so little kid, and that can be somehow similar to the amount of time that I had spent on this particular stuff, you know, but aside from that, I don't know, I don't really have that much to add. I will simply guess it is kind of crazy to see that it takes so long, man. But anyways, here we are. The real good thing is another beautiful moment. We can be here and we can keep progressing towards this goal. Something that it almost feels the more we try to finish this, the more it recedes as that unendingly infinite problem. Like this has become the new rock, the new potato rock, basically. I guess, but I don't know. Anyways, on a more real stuff, I will hope that we can finish this. I know we are going to do so before the next week, but I wish we can do so before the next weekend. I mean, there are still 2 days left to try and do something like that, something of that sort, and I wouldn't really know if it is possible to achieve anything of that degree of quality. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, aside from that, mm, hello everybody. Sorry for not saying it properly. Hello every single one. Hello lurkers, hello watchers, hello everybody. I guess today the bot is dead. I will probably guess it didn't send even the message on here, so I will guess so. But yeah, aside from that, here we are, progressing with this. As always, trying to make it look fine. I will try to say, but I don't really know. This is kind of crazy so far. This is truly kind of crazy. And well, what 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 did we left last time? I think it was something related to. Let me try to put it up properly based on my memory. Something of the sort of stuff related to not. It wasn't memory. I know that I learned by myself about memory. Something related to capacity, something of that sort. I don't know. No. I can't. Yeah, I can't properly remember what was it that I was trying to talk about last stream. So we might as well simply continue with this. We might as well continue with me trying to wonder a little bit about what I decided to consume while we weren't streaming. Since it once again time has stretched a little bit for the potato. It feels like almost a whole day passed since last stream, and the best thing is that I didn't even have the possibility of properly taking a nap or something like that to justify the mental feeling of that type of stuff, because I had noticed already that most of the times when I feel like I have somehow not that I have consciously, but simply that time has stretched in any particular way. It was related to me taking a nap in the middle of the day before continuing with whatever else it is that I had any particular intention of doing. But now it feels kind of nice to see that we can continue with this with more charged energies, I will say. And I don't know. Aside from that, I don't really think that much has happened so far. I mean, as always, we keep doing a little bit of work, quote unquote off stream. We keep trying to do our best to progress with any particular field of knowledge that might as well seem potentially interesting to dive into. And overall, yeah, some as always, some tiny, beautifully tiny amounts of trolling that end up being incredibly sometimes crazy to see. Anyways, aside from that, here we are. I guess here we are. It is true that once again we are streaming, and I guess we're kind of nearing the end of my god. What the hell is going on? What is going on? It is peak hours. That is why I got out of nowhere like 5 different notifications. Amazing to see that. But I don't know. I don't truly know. I guess people sometimes tries to be truly organized with the times they go live and all of that. I will guess. On my personal experience, after so much times of doing the same stuff, as in worrying when I was going to go live and exactly at which time I was going to have everything ready and all of that, I simply learned that, you know what, I might as well not even try to make it all so beautifully organized or anything of that sort. I will simply take the greatest route that is to do, and that is to work, and to act on my desires instead of being so incredibly, held back by my own mentality in that sense. As I mean, it sadly happens that most of the time one finds himself, in my case, I find myself doing stuff that really has nothing to do with my real intentions whatsoever, but I simply do them for the quote unquote sake of not burning myself out. And in reality, the proper assessment of those things really ends up being kind of amazing, because you notice in those occasions that you are simply holding a lie, real, as in the sense of you will trying to justify something without even thinking truly about your actions. And not that I guess I know how crazy it is to do something of that sort, my man, and even more how truly damaging it feels most of the time to try and do anything of that degree. Sadly, it happens that most of the time, not simply most of the time, but rather, when you find yourself doing stuff of that sort, you end up having afterwards the remorseful feeling of having probably spent unwisely, quote unquote, unwisely, your time doing something that is completely unrelated to any particular desire of yours. But I don't know, I think the crazy thing here is to notice that it happens so naturally, as in one tries to avoid, what is it that they want to do the most on one hand, while on the other they also do somehow their worst, as in they don't even have so clear what they should be doing, what they should be doing, as in the sense of they don't really have their priorities straight, I would say. I don't think it is the best way to describe it, as it might make it sound more negative than what it really is, but let's simply put it that way. You don't have your priorities straight, therefore you end up finding that maybe you can take it more luxuriously chill than what you really should be trying to go for, to a certain degree. I mean, truly you don't have any particular obligation of believing if or truly that your objectives are in any particular way different than the rest. You simply find yourself immersed and doing what you can to the best of your capabilities, and it is in those occasions that you can somehow find almost, let's say like this, as long as you're capable of seeing what things you want, you can also start to work slowly to integrate them into a more greater complex array of knowledge, one in which you also have not to deal so much, sadly, with the consequences of what I said before, truly not seeing what might be detrimental to your objectives and what might not really be in any way. But I think kind of the problem is sometimes time pressure itself ends up being the biggest factor against any kind of inspiration of this sort. Not because you really can't be inspired to do anything like this, but rather because, not somehow, simply the fear of something like what you lose when you decide to go on, let's say, I was going to say simply mentally tiring trips, as in you decide to embark yourself in something related to mental exertion, but I wouldn't guess that many people really do something like that. Not that they don't have the possibility, but rather that they don't see the necessity of doing anything of that sort. So more like the situations through which you go in your daily life end up tiring you incredibly. And because of that reason it is that you can later on see and notice and even more properly, let's say, argument that all of those things ended up being truly non-beneficial to you, as to a certain degree of reality, it happens that you really don't have that much control over any particular situation whatsoever when it comes down to not understanding them. Therefore, if you are either forced or consciously engaging in the fight against your incapacities of knowing reality, in whichever one of those things that happens, you find yourself dealing with that, time becomes the biggest pressure because to a certain degree you already found a problem, and in some cases it might as well happen that you could have simply have found a problem, let's say, but you might as well not have completely an understanding as to why that problem is the way it is. As I mean, it isn't logical to believe that you need to understand completely why you should solve the problem in some occasions to wish to solve that particular problem, or why you should worry about how a problem is or exists for you to also want to solve it. As to a certain degree, what I am trying to mean correctly or more properly is something along the lines of you can not simply somehow, you can truly observe that the reality itself shows you and gives you the possibility of immersing yourself in so many wide varieties of truly tasteful, let's say, truly tasteful experiences that after some time you can, it isn't that you can somehow, you can completely make sense out of what happened after you dealt with it. But if you haven't dealt with your problems, you might as well not find any particular necessity whatsoever of doing so. Rather, after a proper analysis of your different distasteful encounters with blockages in your paths, it is that you can, after those encounters and after properly dealing with them, it is that you can then afterwards start to see how it is that they happen, for the sake of already also getting completely prepared in the case of they reappearing or you completely avoiding any other situation whatsoever in which you might as well find yourself once again dealing with anything of that sort, I would say. But I don't truly know. To a certain degree, I might as well try to say that in some occasions we don't even notice that we are dealing with something kind of negative, but rather we end up experiencing not something painful by itself, but rather something kind of crazy, that is to go through a period of time in which you have to spend so much and utilize so much of your resources in completely negating even greater negative consequences from your actions, that in those moments you don't even possess the capacity, or I don't know if the capacity, more like the gift, to analyze all of the things that put your problem together. Let's say, as I mean, most of the time, sadly, problems are not that easy to identify, as they sadly need to be analyzed from so many different ways that you could very well spend hours upon hours to try and make sense out of any particular problem, whichever one it is that you decide now to focus on. But I guess even more because of qualities like that, it is that you can say, or you can properly assess that the ones you can not only deal with in the moment, but even more quote unquote destroy through time, in the sense of avoid them being even bigger blockages of your life. Those type of problems might as well give you so many benefits that you end up not simply finding yourself having an easy time, as somebody will say, but rather also find yourself being, I don't know if it is afraid or how to say it properly. The problem might as well also arise, I don't think probably, but rather commonly from the side of the knowledge that gets extracted when you start to believe that you have completely found a solution to any particular problem that arise in the past and that you somehow truly believe you dealt with, let's say. And even more in those occasions, it is that you can now start to quote unquote not worry so much about once again not having to deal with anything of that sort, but rather observe how precious is the chance of taking the lessons themselves that are contained on the experiences that you have already gone through, let's say. But I don't know. I guess in that sense, it is almost a second nature. And if it isn't a second nature, somehow seeing it like that might as well make it a good, I don't know if you can make it second nature, simply a good concept to start applying. As to a certain degree, nobody is really devoid from problems that could arise once again after they are dealt with, let's say. But I don't truly know. It is kind of crazy to see that stuff like that can and end up happening almost constantly without us ever realizing what it is or how is it that those type of things happen in anybody's life. I mean, that is also part of the funny thing here, to see that somehow you can almost attribute randomness to stuff that could be completely traced back into any particular moment or any particular activity that made it appear. I guess. Okay, I guess I can say it like this. The problem is, there are some certain types of things that can arise from complete randomness, true, very true, but sadly, the amount of those things that can arise from any type of real randomness at the same time is so incredibly low that not simply maybe, just after hours upon hours of finding them to be like that, and even more trying to make them not have so many problems, when in reality, or not simply problems, have no more chances of existing, when in reality they can somehow happen, somehow not happen. It is in those occasions that you can also notice how incredibly crazy it is that those particular concepts are so out of your understanding that they end up getting you confused with those that end up coming later on in life with a proper understanding now, yes, of whatever type of situation it is that you are facing, let's say. But I don't know. I wouldn't say that everything is as negative as sometimes it ends up sounding. More like, I mean, it is truly amazing and it is almost truly beautiful to see that in most of the occasions things happen and you can have control over them instead of renegating the most important thing, that is the possibility of them arising once again or not, to a completely random factor. And although sometimes, I mean, it also might as well be nested behind the concept of how much can you really believe that something is random or not, because I will kind of suggest for this particular idea that if we were to take into account a concept like, for example, yes, what is it called? An example like, give me just a second. Okay, not an example, but simply another concept, the one of butterfly effect. if something like that were to happen, and maybe you were also to notice that something of that sort exists in your life and is also taking effect in your life, it is in those moments that you could also assess or start to notice how it is that you can try to deal with it. In the darkest, I don't know if simply darkest, but rather in the best of the senses, you can, you can make a, I don't know if it is a case or more like a, let me see. I don't know if it is something that I haven't said and it is interesting, or is it simply my tiredness making me have such a hard time talking about it. But let me see. Let me drink water and I will continue with it afterwards. Okay, I think that this type of thing might as well come from a place of you not having ready to get so worried with any particular thing, yet at the same time accepting that in many occasions so many things ended up happening because of one particular choice, let's say sometimes even years ago, that if you were to not pay attention to those type of significant events or causal events to any particular auto event later on, you might as well be missing on, obviously, on the beautiful wish that is, not wish, gift that is to destroy slash deconstruct all of these situations, as I said before, for the sake of not having them exist anymore. I don't know. I guess they are kind of crazy to notice, and as well they are truly amazing to see. More so in the occasions in which you end up not having really the possibility of getting rid of them or not. You simply have to believe that all of those things end up not existing without any particular worry whatsoever, when in reality they take so much space of your life almost, let's say, that ignoring something like that end up once again creating the tendency for you to ignore even more significant events that also were born from other moments, I wouldn't simply say of weakness, but rather moments of struggle with problems of any sort, let's say. But I don't know. I guess the crazy thing is to see how much you can bear on that degree of responsibility, almost as you sadly have to, for example, believe that you can find in those events, or know that you have the capacity of finding in those events stuff of that sort, when it might as well happen that you truly couldn't in any particular way find nothing like that, and you will simply spend so much time trying to make it be I don't know if non-negative or rather do not taint the already existing memories that you have, as in a sense. Maybe if you were to take so much responsibility in that sense, in the process you will also be destroying the chances of letting your memories be as good and as peaceful as they were before, because in that same process it is that you end up embedding the highest and almost, I wouldn't say darkest, but one of the darkest things, that is to believe that now so many things are happening because of any particular event, when once again I go back into it, in some occasions things really do be random, but I guess the problem is to see which kind of way you're utilizing for the sake of analyzing these things. I guess I will try to say yes. I mean, I don't think it is necessary to try and discard in any particular way whatsoever stuff of this sort, but rather you simply have to get rid of the necessity of you having to work through these particular fields of any, I wouldn't say knowledge whatsoever, but more like, any kind of damaging event that really transpired in those particular already existing memories that you had. I guess, I don't know. I will try to guess. But yeah, kind of crazy to try and see it like that. I mean, sometimes also the problem is you end up attributing to yourself too much responsibility, as I said before, when some people has the possibility of not dealing with it. But I mean, maybe if instead of being crushed by that responsibility, you were to accept all of what it means and keep moving forward while still trying to see exactly where it was that those different type of now damaging problems ended up being created, that not only you can find them and you can find how it is that they were created, you can also somehow let them not affect you anymore. Not because they really have no power over you, but rather because although they might as well hit you as hard as they did the first time, or the second time, or the 10th time, you now also have a difference, or there is an incredibly big difference between the you of the past and the you of the now, and that is to see that in many occasions you can not deal with anything of the sort of negatively impacting, let's say, or let's try to argue, negatively impacting consequences. And I don't know. I think also at this point I am losing my mind to a certain degree. So yeah, I guess I might as well try to swap into something that doesn't require that much thinking. But no, wait, because I think there was something interesting in that. Yeah, what I decided, I didn't decide. I sadly did without truly noticing is I left behind another possible reason as to why it might be necessary, because in a sense, even if it were to try and be qualified as damaging, the simple act of consciously taking on the problems that you have is incredibly better or more beneficial than the one of believing that what you're dealing with is in no way whatsoever truly a damaging thing. Let's try to say. But I don't know. I will try to explain it like that, but I guess the it still has a feeling of, wow, you need to have good senses to have it working like that, man. So I wouldn't know if what I said had any particular message whatsoever, or was more like a babble that truly achieved nothing. So yeah, I guess we might as well leave it at that. Anyways. Yeah, I guess once again I am going to drink water. I am getting incredibly tired. Nowadays it is too hot, and truly the act of sleeping is becoming harder and harder. And sadly, even more when you have to keep your air running almost all the day, because somehow it is so truly so hot that if you wanted to do anything like that, you might as well lose your senses, in the sense of, sadly, the exhaustion created from the heat is truly overwhelming. At least on the potato boy, I don't know why it happens like that. I remember that I tried to tell about it before, but nowadays I can truly notice it. That I wasn't exaggerating when I said, yeah, I have a hard time when it gets hot on my country. I don't know why, but yeah, I am fucking dying, my man. I am almost 24/7 DC. Ah, man. What a sad thing it is. But anyways. Let us see. We're kind of closer to a half than what I would have expected, man. Very nice. But yeah, I guess I will. Okay, I will try to establish first and foremost where is that half. So let me do something of that sort over here, I guess. Mosquito. Oh. Fucking mosquito. Yeah, I am too slow. I can't do something of that sort now. This is so sharp. And yes, over here, I'm trying to connect this with around here, I guess. All of this should make it be the middle, or wait, more like over here, properly now. But well, no. Anyways, trying to continue with something completely different is I have been still trying to think and trying to put together properly the concept of how much trying really gets you anywhere, as I haven't truly found somebody who can properly explain it. Not in the sense of I think I have the solution, but rather I think there could be another given explanation that allows anybody who hears, or at the very least who understands what is being said there, to truly find themselves quote unquote motivated. More like, I mean, it isn't motivation, I would say. If you were now to see that, for example, if you were to have all the odds displayed to you, and you were to completely be sure that if you were tomorrow to play all of your money in the lottery and playing a certain number, you're going to completely win. As long as you're not being crazy and believing that that came to you in a dream. Because, let's say, I mean, it could have happened, but believing that it came to you in a dream and believing that it also makes sense, as long as you're not doing anything of that sort, but rather truly finding resources that can totally prove what you're saying to be true, as long as you're doing something like that, you can also see and notice how many possibilities, let's say, you have over not even trying to worry on stuff of this sort and just deal with the most beneficial part of deciding to work on anything, that is to get the benefits as soon as you can, let's say. And I guess, yeah, that is, I wouldn't say probably the problem, but rather one of the few given explanations for it. I wouldn't truly mention or either believe that they are like that. I guess some people, yeah, have some more problem truly believing that they can find solutions like that. But yeah, let me try to make it work once again. Okay, no, give me a second. I know that I need even more in my actual mental state. I need some moments to try and make a good case. Okay, let me take my time. Okay, yeah. Let's try to say it like this. Probably what happens in correlation to everything else is we haven't created a tool or an explanation, that puts so in perspective the idea of you needing to spend as much time as it is needed for the sake of making what you had envisioned a reality, and not only on the degree of wow, you are going to sacrifice so many hours, but rather also on the, I would say, necessary explanation of you can make it be completely suffering Yes, and you can also make it not be suffering. That is the funniest part of this process. And although you're compared to what other will say, or trying to integrate what you're going through with what the rest of the world might see, you quote unquote are designed to consciously give as much time as you can out of your pockets, or out of your own life resource time, into any particular project that might as well not even involve not simply other people, but just something of the sort of you having no necessity whatsoever over dealing with any other let's say not having to deal with any other problem. That is what I was going to say. Rather, not having to deal with a certain type of negative concept that gets applied to your actual life. And although it isn't revealed, I guess because in a sense, it truly boils down to the different individuals who try to embark in this type of journeys. Maybe if you were to dedicate completely almost every single hour out of the day to do stuff like this, you could find yourself somehow not having so many problems trying to. Maybe in another sense, it is also that you can, in some other occasions, realize that you will have a chance at putting more work than what you really are doing now. Because, going back to it, if you were to notice that, for example, the correlation between the amount of interest that you demonstrate between or and the amount of results that you get out of it is truly an impressive one, not in the sense of wow, numbers, but rather in the sense of you can truly notice that if you were to completely devote yourself to the sake of any particular sort of endeavor like that, then it is that in those moments you can completely argue that, you know what, your experience was more than beneficial, let's try to say. And not simply more than beneficial, also more than riddled with the happiness that gets created from feeling that what you're doing is beneficial. In the sense of, not in the sense of, wow, it is so beneficial now, the whole society has less problems to deal with, but rather, you simply are working on stuff to a degree to which you have not to worry anymore. Quote unquote, somehow. I guess the crazy thing is also to see people having and possessing the capacities of doing something of this sort so many times on their lives when, it doesn't really need that much of an explanation. If you lack those capacities and you find yourself close to anybody who has also dealt with this type of stuff, or not even remotely close to your problem, who have dealt with their own particular problems in such a masterfully planned way that you can't even say you are now feeling remorse because you are not dedicated as them, but rather you simply get amazed by it. It is in those moments that you sadly also sometimes come into quote unquote the acceptance of you not needing any more to deal with any type of consequence at the end of the day. Craziness, no? But I don't know. I guess the whole project of someone being happy and someone not having to deal with anything of that stuff gets kind of lost, not completely in the middle, but simply in some place between the start of a project like that and the real finish line. Let's try to argue. But I don't know. I guess kind of the crazy things, for example, is when you find people who are so fully desire driven that they can even throw away something I guess in some instances as important as life, you know. In the money department, I don't really think we can say some people have it lucky. I mean, although you don't have the possibility of choosing if you have an inheritance or not, you truly can modify how people perceives who you are and all of that sort of stuff, you know. And so, for the same explanation of that theory, if you were to allow life to not even let you take part of everything else properly, but rather to believe that it needs to happen without any control whatsoever, then it is that in those moments you are going to now start attributing success to less humanly oriented solutions, or less humanly proper responses to any particular type of event. As in, not human, but rather deterministic ones, let's say. I don't know. I guess the graciousness of one in some cases is what makes all of this rest worth, as it also allows the whole other rest to not feel as empty as it did at the very least before. But yeah, crazy. I guess crazy, truly crazy, my man. But anyways, let me, yeah. I can't even know how it is that we are going so far. I am kind of sleeping over here while also talking. I don't know. I truly notice how I had been destroyed today. But I mean also Wednesdays are my most tiring days normally, so yeah. Crazy to see it and crazy to have the possibility of doing something like this. I mean, going back into happiness, a gift like this one is no joke, I will say. And even more, the whole possibility of what ends up being complete random stuff is so beautiful that if you didn't have it, you might as well never see how, how necessary it ends up being later on in life, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, I am going fucking die of overheating here, man. Can you work properly, air conditioner? I am dying. I am dying over here, my man. I try to not complain that much, but I am fucking dying. I guess, okay, give me a second. I think I have a solution. Give me a Okay, here we are. Okay, now yeah, here we are. I changed my stance on my potato chair. I also did some potato actions to decrease the amount of heat that I perceived by the different layers of stuff applied on the potato itself. Let's say like that, in the most roundabout way possible. And now I hope I don't feel as tired as I was because of the heat, of the overwhelming fucking heat. And the best thing about being destroyed by heat is the moment in which I get to not have so many heat being applied to my body. Is the moment in which I regain my composture. And the second funniest thing is, although I can't most of the time get it to cool down once again, when it happens, or when I can, I end up seeing that I have, at least in my case, so much more energy to keep going than what I could have ever expected. I don't know, kind of crazy to say it like that. But yeah, let me see. We have almost been here for 50 minutes, and I don't know. We have progressed a little bit with this whole park so far. I will wish we can try to finish it. I mean, that is probably the main objective of this particular stream. I don't know how much more time it is going to take me to do something of that sort, but the rest of the occasions, I guess I'm trying to put it all together and to make it be as consistent as I can with my type of wishes, I guess. Yeah, I think, for example, going back into it, one of the crazy things is to realize how much crazy visions can the human mind produce by itself. Aside from dreams, the craziest type of vision and the amount of similar effects that get applied to the mind who is sleepy, let's say, are incredibly beneficial. So, hello, welcome. I wouldn't simply say I guess, but rather I I will attribute the quality of beautiful creation of imagery constantly at all the moments in life, that when you can somehow harness a power like that, I guess, yeah, not the best, the easiest one is to simply harness all of those things for the sake of creating even more detailed, how to say it, more detail, what's the more detail? Scenes of events, visual explorations of concepts. I don't know how to describe them. I can't. Yeah. I mean, they might as well be all of those different concepts at the same time. I mean, you can, on one side, find yourself immersed in something, on the other side, find that somehow you have the chance of enjoying what feels like the most entertaining type of stuff. On the other chance, you also have the possibility of not even worrying about spending your time, quote unquote, on unwise activities. On other completely different hand, you also have the chance of now going through what were before memories, almost like scenes now of truly interesting and, I wouldn't say eye-catching, simply mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, I think it is something good, no? That you got mind-boggled, or something bad, like you got bored. I guess, yeah. I think it is appropriate here. You get so mind-boggled by something that you now discover was correlated to something else that you also knew about, that you might as well have given chance to one of the most, I wouldn't simply try to mark it as beneficial type of things, but simply one of those that gets you truly, quote unquote, going anywhere. As it also happens that you, for example, now have the obligation, not simply any particular obligation whatsoever, of living in a state like that, I guess. But yeah, I mean, amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I am at this point, once again, I sadly have to resort to the concept of I'm dying over here. It isn't that it has become more unbearable. I think I will pray so, because I also feel like I am somehow potato dripping more than before, let's say. I don't know, kind of crazy to see it, or to feel that, more correctly to say. So yeah, let me see how much we have advanced with this. Oh, wrong setting. I guess, yeah, we still have to try and advance at the bare minimum, not only over here, or let's say not only over on this side, but also we need to make it look fine if we were to try and focus on something of this sort. But yeah, I guess I will have to try and drink water once again. Man, what a dark something this is. Oh man, man. Yeah, the refreshment that gets brought to my body when I drink water is, in a sense, the most beautiful thing. What a tiring thing it is to be exuding so much energy out of every single potato pore, man. Was a horrible thing. Anyways, let me try to think it straight for some time. I don't know what to say anymore almost. Yeah. I wanted to go back into this, what I tried to talk about before. In some areas it happens that we truly believe we can't find any particular greatness, but rather the greatest thing is to face problems wisely, I guess, as a meaning of truly achieving what one wants, but sadly, the harsh reality is worse the apples. Because I haven't had that much time to settle down nowadays, I haven't. I haven't even had apples. Lastly, I have had what was it? Today I had a banana. Yesterday I think I didn't have anything. No, yesterday I have some seeds. And the day before yesterday I had a peach. And out of those things I decided to do them while we were on break and so on and so forth. Because here I need my hands free to do this particularly. And before that I was having the possibility of taking the breaks as complete breaks and do that instead of having to, compared to before, spend 40 minutes talking about any particular topic. As I remember, and that's the worst part, not even any particular topic, rather working at random to try and stay alive, while also not even properly doing the job of eating different fruits and vegetables. I mean, no, well, yeah, I don't eat vegetables at night, the different fruits, so yeah, that's what happened. Maybe in a sense, I could use some hits from that beautifully energy-packed foods, maybe, yeah. But on the other side, I believe that all of that is already more than entertaining to not intake, let's say, and to see what more we can do. Because I mean, I still always defend the possibility of not feeling completely destroyed, although one has to, let's say, find themselves dealing with different consequences of such actions. I don't know. Let me read it here. Yeah, I knew that I was forgetting something, and that something of this was this thing over here. Fuck. Let me fill this space. But yeah, that is what happened with them. That is what happened with the apples. Particularly apples, I haven't had any more in the last how many? I think already 5 days or so. 5 real days, in real life days. And after that, not after, meanwhile, there are other stuff I haven't eaten it before streaming or in the breaks. For the sake of also, I mean, I don't think it is that completely damaging, but it just happens that you can notice when people might as well not have that much of a great time the moment in which I decided to do it. So yeah, also some more policy changes, as they will say, but it doesn't really mean that we're not going to have more apples. Not, I mean, for example, something that also happens. Probably yes, we're not going to have an Apple regime. I tried to get myself ready, and the only day I did something like that, I almost found myself having problems to sleep because of the amount of energy that the Apple gave me. Or not the Apple, the second Apple. So yeah, kind of crazy to see that. I guess very potato weak mind or weak body if I can't eat one apple and not die in the process. But well, wait. Yeah, basically that is the explanation so far. Oh my god, I haven't already streamed supposedly for almost an hour, no? I guess I will have to check. Because I have my phone set up to turn off itself every half an hour. And this is the second time that it has happened. Very, very crazy to see that although I felt like I wasn't going to be capable of doing it, I am alive. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And we're still going somewhere with this. Okay. I think I did some oopsies over here and I left too much blank space, let's say. But I don't know. I mean, okay. I think one of the most beautiful gifts that we possess nowadays is the chance of, let's say, doing what we want through money, let's say, or almost all of the different things that we want through money, in the sense of these things are so accessible by money that I would say almost 90% of the different problems have gotten solved, and even more have gotten solved. So incredibly accessible for those who really want something of that degree of quality, that overall internet is kind of flourishing into a very, very let's say consumer friendly place. I guess yeah, in that same sense, almost a surprise is to see that we don't have that many places dealing and allowing stuff to fully take control of any particular creation. And I guess, I mean, also that is literally part of the premise of not trying to lose what makes us be who we are. So yeah, kind of crazy to see it over here. But I mean, also, one doesn't ever really know how many references there are for something. But wait, give me a second. Oh man, I don't know. Kind of crazy to see it. I guess, yeah. I guess probably now that we're reaching once again more properly the middle, after truly, quote unquote, truly reaching the middle, we might as well try to take a break. I wish we finished this part of the class at the very least before moving into something completely different. So I think what I can do is, before trying to do anything of that degree, let me try to do this. I think pure lines are easier to follow than, or not to follow, than harder, more complex ones. Therefore, I might as well try to go for stuff of this amount of quality, and later on worry myself about needing to fill those, let's say. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let me quote unquote start over here also. have this. With this, maybe we can truly say that now we have kind of reached the middle, kind of, in a sense, probably the biggest amount of stuff being properly, not simply timed, but also properly contained is incredibly nice to observe, I guess. Yeah. I guess, I hope, I wish, my man, I wished we had spent like 3 or 4 streams already on this particular plaza. So, I don't want to leave it once again and to have to spend 2 more days into it. Because sadly, what is going to happen is, I don't know for how long, but I will probably not have that much of a possibility over streaming the next incoming days, at the very least on the mornings. So sadly, if we end up allowing this to take even longer when we have the chance of streaming, this will get truly dilated in time in unnecessary manners. That is the biggest problem, because it isn't something that happens because of any other particularly good reason. So yeah, kind of crazy to see that we can push ourselves for the sake of this. Let me try to do that. Let me fill over here and a little bit over here. Yeah, I think now the first thing I want to do is to try and quote unquote take something minimally similar. I fucked up. Minimally similar to a rake. So let me finish this space filling, and I guess after that we can probably try to, as I said, take one tiny break of 5 minutes or something like that. I hope I don't fall into it. No. Yes, I can also try to utilize artificial intelligence, but sadly, one also learns about the consequences of chipping out on stuff like that. And I guess, I know sadly that it is too much of a risk. Okay. I might as well wait for him to come back to probably explain my points on that. So anyways, we might as well try to finish this. I guess. But okay, let's see also. How are we doing with internet? Did I not have any problem today whatsoever? Okay, yeah. I only had lagging problems, but nothing else so far. So, let me see. What a crazy thing it is to try and produce in such complex projects, I guess. I don't know. My end. Okay, there it is. More like this. And more like this. And I guess, wait here. With this, I can probably feel like we're like 70% done. 70, I wish 70, 50% done. So yeah, kind of crazy to see it like that. Okay, yeah, I think with this we're kind of reaching finally somehow the half of this process. Aside from sadly, truly the unavoidable things like me needing to spend some time still mixing all of the stuff with the different blend tools that Krita has by default. So yeah. Anyways, what I was trying to say, Bunkum, was something that I noticed is sadly you truly don't have the possibility of cheapening out. Not because it really gives you dark or bad reputation, but rather because as a consumer even you can notice when stuff like that is done. And when the main objective of this, for example, is going to be have something truly worth observing, if you were to lose it, and if you were to sacrifice for the sake of not having so much time spent on it somehow, and sacrifice quality for the sake of that, we might as well be quote unquote on the wrong path, I guess. But I don't know. Kind of crazy to see it like that, no? I guess. So yeah, let me see. Okay. Let me now see. Okay. Yeah. I guess we're now more properly onto the second half of the plaza. So let me transition into here. Also, before I lose any particular progress because of random reasons, let me save this. Save, yeah. Anyway, yeah. We're probably going, not probably, we're going to take a 5-minute break. I want to let the mind inhale and exhale. I feel like I am losing my mind over here without having something like that happening. So yeah, let me see this over here, and yeah, 5-minute break basically. I guess, okay. Before doing so, I will have to create the marker for that. So yeah, as always, meanwhile, thanks for being here. And even more in days like this one, somehow I feel like I am truly dead inside. So yeah, marker slash break. And now let me transition into here. Yeah, break, a 5-minute break. Let me mute, and after muting, we're getting into the break. Thanks. And well, remember to stay. Yeah. Very well, here we are. We have to continue. Very, very nice to see that sometimes literally 5 minutes is all that the mind needs to go back into a better place. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't really have an explanation as to why being concentrated on something of this sort ends up making the whole body feel so exhausted. I don't have a chance of truly explaining it, I guess. But yeah, crazy. Simply crazy. And well, let me go back into capturing properly Greta, and well, might as well continue. Greta, hello, Greta. Greta. This one. This is over here, yeah, Greta. Now, transition, quality content. And well, yeah, very, very crazy to see it, I guess. And yeah, I mean, the problem is sometimes it feels like when it is summer, I have somehow to take even more care than what I already do the rest of the year. I guess, I don't know. I wish we lived in a colder place, but sadly, that random lottery of being alive ended up making me be here, and also the possibility of having money to live is not an existing one so far. So that I could decide to go as a potato living the best farm, cold farm, instead of heated farm. But I don't know. I guess, yeah, here we are, basically. Let me see. Where are we standing with this? How much more should I try to put details into? I guess the first thing I will do is probably try and create some kind of good question. I haven't thought about how I'm going to do the whole Twitch cartel and sign thingy. What? What? Why are you? But why? What is the reason for you to stare at a blank canvas, particularly, my man? I guess. Yeah, here it is summer. But I will any day of the week completely trade you. I mean, we are needing. I don't know how to say it on Fahrenheit. We are needing nowadays around 45 centigrades. Or centigrade, no, Celsius. I think it is something like, let me see, 100, yeah, around 100 Celsius, I think it is. Or, I think the formula was you add like the double and 20 more, I think it was the Celsius to Fahrenheit formula, I think. So yeah, supposedly, if I'm right, it should be around that. But if not, just calculate in a proper place from 45 Celsius to whatever Fahrenheit it is that you know. But yeah, kind of hot, a little bit hot, And the best thing, these are supposedly not the hottest days that we are going to have this summer. Nor this is the hottest week so far. Or the hottest day of the week. Or rather. So yeah, I don't know. I think dealing with that much heat is kind of crazy. But yeah, anyways, going back into it, I don't know. I hope you can properly find what you want to do. I haven't ever seen like you doing only art streams, and well, I mean, this might be let's say like this. You could do it. I am pretty sure you could do it. Let's simply say it like that. You could spend some time, or not spend, rather utilize properly some time streaming art. I guess. Not I guess. People really enjoys watching that, and as in people not faceless below. People like me, people like those who know a little bit about what is going on, I guess you can also say you might as well have in mind some people that could enjoy it. So, in that sense, I don't know if that is something that you needed to hear, but it would be interesting to see it. To see a Bunkum Drown stream. I guess, not that I guess, I say it as I know that it is enjoyable to watch. And I mean, even more, in my case, I see it for the wonders that it is to watch somebody drawing. But for somebody who knows also to give you guidance if it is needed, or to see how you do your thing and to ask more deep questions about, wow, how it is that you're using this tool is also interesting, I guess. Not I guess, I would say. It seems that those who do stuff like that truly enjoy it, I don't know. But maybe it isn't that you are truly dealing with the brainworms related to stemming. It's only with the ones created from. I didn't notice I was so far with my channel. Or about noticing that you want to simply create anything in particular, I guess. Kind of crazy. I mean, one of the few problems that I always had is I never had the possibility of truly finding inspiration from other stuff. The only way in which I could do it is I needed to either put my time into creating anything or directly start without any particular idea whatsoever, and after doing so, the inspiration will appear. So, believe in you. What is it? Have confidence. Basically, you know. Let me see. I worry that this. Let me try to look like this. Over here, like this too. I don't know. I might try to run a 1 pixel or something like that over here. But I don't know. I hate when I have to do too many details. But well, going back into it, yeah, I mean, everybody has them, it seems. It isn't something that, as an artist, you can avoid. People only learn different ways to deal with them, I guess. And I mean, the best thing is also to see that other people is going through the same experience, not in the sense of, wow, I am suffering. No, you also have to suffer, but rather of, wow, truly it seems that it doesn't only apply to me. I am not really so crazy after all, that I am staring at a blank page for hours and hours upon end, without really finding what I want to draw. So yeah, I guess from that sense, it is that you can see. I don't know. I mean, my mental right now is simply on, wow, problem. Okay, let's try to solve it. Maybe you simply wanted to mention it. Sorry if it was too much of, wow. Let's work on it right now. Wow. When maybe you simply wanted to say it. Sorry if it was too much hyper energy. I guess. Okay. Let me. Oh no, oh no, bad line. I don't know. I have like 20 different things on my mind right now. Let me see. Let me see which one we are taking out of the Pandora's box. That is potato head. Of the potato box. Basically the same concept. Okay. I was thinking about it and I was trying to make sense out of this whole concept that was stuff being completely preserved on the internet nowadays, and even the most unexpected type of stuff being kept alive, or if not completely alive, at the very least being said for others to see in the future if it is needed. And the crazy thing is to realize how many times, and even more every single day, not something that happens, let's say, once a month, but every single day, people is bringing back stuff that happened in the past and integrating it into the boredom of the nowadays, I would say, and the necessity of getting rid of the different. I said boredom, I don't truly know if it is like that or what, of dealing with anything like, for example, exploring different archives and exploring different contents that were created before. And I don't simply say it from, wow, what an interesting thing, but rather, how crazy it is that sometimes going back to it, we fail to truly appreciate what we have in the moment, that we do it years later down the line. Not really when I guess, not that I guess, I wish it was more a reality, we had the capacity of appreciating them. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of crazy to see that people still has a wish to give proper credit and give proper respect to what deserves it, although they are sometimes late. Although the only real other problem is sometimes you suddenly realize that what you found had so many potential, and even if you were to pay attention to it now, that whole potential might not even be manifested into anything, that sadly you truly notice how late you arrived there. Let's say, but I, I, I can't truly guess how we might solve that problem. As I mean, it is still an incredibly big part of this actual world in which we live to try and deal with any of those situations and still struggle, because at the end of the day, we can't give credit to all of the things that are related to it. We can only imagine and we can only try to say how we might deal with those stuff, but we haven't properly found solutions for it. I don't know. Also, what the fuck is Stream Elements? You're working. Thank you, Stream Elements. Welcome, fucking bot. Sorry about that. Yeah. I am losing a little bit of my filters. This is so bad. Mind, work. Ah! Do not insult so much, my man. Give me a second. Because I also want to do something with the bot. If it is supposedly back. Give me a second. And I guess, yeah, we're going to quote unquote take a break because I have to do some potato necessities. Let's leave it at that. So yeah, I didn't account for them earlier, but yeah, basically staying hydrated has its consequences. So no, I probably don't have enough time to finish this. Yeah, let us. Let me take a break. 1 second. Potato break. This time, not really mental break. Potato break. Give me a second. What? So, I didn't notice that the air conditioner flap was so incredibly high. I wish to believe that it wasn't that much of a problem, but now the air conditioner is more properly going into the area which I inhabit, because it was kind of going into the random air. I don't know, crazy. But anyways, yeah. We're so back. Also, I never remember to make the other marker. Kind of sad because I am not going to do it now. After going 2 times to take a break. The first one because I needed it, the second one because I also needed it, quote unquote. Let's say. Or well, I mean, yeah. In a sense, I can try to hold it back. I might as well die if I were to do so. I don't know. I'm not going to risk my health. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I don't know. I had seemed to not properly integrate all of the things that I wanted to integrate before here. In this particular park, I was thinking more like creating leaves and all of that type of effects before, but now I might simply leave that. Having the tree exist and making it big, because I mean, if not, it isn't a real tree, sadly. I know it. And after that, also, I might as well try to. Didn't I correct this? Didn't I fucking work on this already? Didn't I correct this particular problem over here? What the fuck? Oh my god, this looks horrible, man. What the fuck is this scene? Oh my god. Anyways, I think I am going to do something like that. But anyways, was I talking about anything before leaving? I think not. I guess not. But yeah, as I said before, I think we're going for the final stretch on this grass of the park, let's say. Not even park itself. I am only doing the grass. I will try to create probably a road later on inside of the park, as every single other park has. A road in which you can walk, and or not in which you can walk, simply where people could walk. I hope, I mean, man, what an amazing thing. For example, if I had a mouse working, I could have tried to create something like a 3D environment. I had more capacities with stuff like that than with stuff like this, but also, I mean, although it will seem interesting, I know it wouldn't give the results that I want, because sadly, the amount of reach that it possesses, whatever the type of stuff we do, in and to a certain degree, is truly limiting. And working properly within the boundaries of those limitations is also what makes it fun at the end of the day. Also, I mean, I don't know. I guess to a certain degree, yeah. If you were to completely note that all of the things that you created were to be as efficient, not as efficient, as famous as anything gets in this particular area in which we are residing, would you really have a drive to create them? I mean, you truly will fail upwards, kind of, no matter what you create, because at the end of the day, you can put as minimal effort as you can, and it will still do okay. So yeah, I guess the problem is something like that, and I mean, something like that also might as well keep happening with people who is already on the top. Crazy, no? That you have no necessity whatsoever of putting any effort, because you had in the past the what is it, the sign of quality on one hand, or if not that, you had complete validation from others, because you were doing was truly quite what high quality. And I guess that might as well be another of those different reasons for which people decide to abandon their different projects. Because, I remember seeing about a similar concept that was everything that you do or that you say you're going to do gets validated. Because not in some, in the vast majority of the occasions, we don't believe it is necessary to confront anybody with the different problems that they might find behind their idea, sorry. Therefore, sometimes it happens that we're not the only ones to whom they have to pitch their ideas. And when they also find that even us, those people trust, end up also telling them that you know what you are saying is fine, when they in reality simply want proper commentary and proper critics about it, in those moments we end up robbing them out of the chance of truly creating something, because you're only giving almost meaningless validation, I would say, but I don't know. I think it also comes from the realization or the past experience that everyone has with, but my man, if I had that much validation, sometimes I would have done so much better than what I am doing right now, because it is very nice to see it being like that, instead of overworking and overrun, needlessly having to think about how I am being, yeah, I am spending my time and a lot of that stuff over on my end, let's say. But I don't know. I guess kind of crazy to see it like that. Let me finish this, okay. Kind of a problem that I am having is, in this particular letter, I am noticing I left too many inappropriately, no, not inappropriately, incorrectly filled pixels, and it is sticking out, at least on my eyes. Let me see it from farther. Yeah, it doesn't fucking do anything. Yeah, let me move from that. How much? Well, let me see once again for real now. How much we have been here? Almost, well, an hour and 40 minutes, and we still have like a big amount of the plaza to do. So, oh my man, this is going to be a big stretch that we are going to have to do. Let me drink water. What a beautiful concept. Hydration. What a beautiful thing to do. Anyways, I have to continue with this. Man, let me be a little bit further from the whole canvas to see if I can somehow make it work differently, quote unquote differently. Okay, I think I have an idea. The only problem is I am going to probably have too much overlapping places where there are going to be too many fully green spots. Thing that I have been trying to avoid also by consciously spatiating the different spaces that are filled with green and that are not filled with green. But we're not going to lose so much fucking time. So better to do that than to spend it all here. And even more spend a lot of our energies on this. Sadly, once again, I don't remember, but I think we have already like 3 streams here. And on time, probably 4 or 5 hours on this. Kind of crazy to see that a whole plaza takes that much time. And not even a whole, simply properly picturing it and properly putting all of the pieces in its places to make the ground look not so kind of crazy. Yeah, I have been seeing and I have been not talking. I wish I had been simply learning and I had been hearing people who knows about it and say that sometimes we find ourselves inclined to do negative stuff because we simply wish to get the negative results, let's say. As in, for example, mm, yeah, to a certain degree, I could have decided to pay somebody to do this instead of having to do it myself. One of the wisest decisions that I could have in that sense taken, not because I truly don't have any particular skill to do something of this sort, but rather because the whole contribution that gets created by my type of action might as well be a bigger benefit than simply acting like I did here, out of complete, I won't say egotistical, but rather greedy reasons, no? So, in that same sense, now continuing with what I was saying, supposedly it happens that we have that drive to do that type of stuff, born or created out of believing that somehow we have no necessity whatsoever of keeping safe what is ours. I understood, or if I understood properly, and sadly, I won't even lie. Sadly, it happens that most of the time we can't really avoid ideas like that one existing and occupying our mind. At the end of the day, nobody can really know if what they are doing is completely good. You can only base off of the reactions of the people if what you're doing was truly good or not. But you yourself can't really say or try to have a saying on how much of a good thing or a bad thing it was what you did before. Yes, yeah, in that same sense, the crazy is the completely life changing almost stuff is to see and to realize that you truly have no control whatsoever of so many, not outcomes, but rather external decisions. And when you base so much of your process on external decisions instead of doing it from a place of simple desire, and when you decide to also allow so many other factors like, let's say, conditions not being completely perfect, something that end up being tied down or tied back to external de- decisions and external situations. Because I mean, the best example always was, at least to me, you can't truly know if tomorrow is going to mm, the whole world is going to explode or not, because we don't even have a possibility of measuring something like that based on completely random statistics. Yet you don't even question if tomorrow you're going to be awake or not, and tomorrow you're going also to have the possibility of spending your time or to spend your time with those who you cherish, let's say. But they still most of the time don't really act on a theory like that one. You simply see that, okay, maybe giving this particular person some pieces will be helpful for the sake of allowing them to not be so damaged by the rest. Maybe. But the rest of the time, it sadly happens that one finds themselves dealing with so many stuffs and with so many parts of this whole process, that they end up not truly finding inside of themselves the capacity of moving forward, let's say. But yeah, I don't know. At least something that I have noticed is, at least from very afar, it seems very noisy in this particular quality. I think over here you can see it, or over here more properly, you can see it with such low quality that the stream has always. But anyways, let me try to do my job of using the Blender tool, and we will see if this can be said to be finished or not. I guess it won't be, at the very least, that good, because also, yeah, there are some incredibly blank spaces here. Man, no. Let me do this properly. Let me try to fill as much as I can before truly trying to blend anything else. Or I mean, no, kind of the opposite. I should be blending and after that seeing where I need to put some more green or not. Holy fucking god. 200, no, let's make it 10, 10, 9, 8. Let's see. And 8 works. 8, do you work? 8? Kind of, I mean, it makes stuff be not so clustered, it seems. But it still is predicated on other ideas, I guess. Oh yeah, I don't like it a bit. I don't remember which one it was that I utilized, and that is my biggest problem. Adjust, but... wait, what is this? A blender knife edge, blender pixelize, blender rake. Rake? What is a rake? Let's see. Rake? Interesting concept. Rake at 4, 5, 6. How do you recommend? Let me see. No, I don't seem to have that possibility. 13. Rake. Okay. Okay. Works or doesn't work? Kind of works. I mean, mixes up stuff a little bit. Not that much, but a little bit. And makes it also more than anything else blurry. So yeah, very well. I have been thinking and I have been analyzing and I had even more been properly putting my time towards the act of trying to see what are we going to continue after finishing this. And I guess at this point I don't have the capacity of creating any particular schedule, truly sadly, because what is going to happen is, as I said before, the rest of the week and probably the weekend also, we're going to have what is it? A worker at a mission, between a plumber and a, what's the other thing? And a construction worker. Those two same things, all of those coming to here to do their work, let's say. And very crazy to see that I might as well spend so much time without having the possibility of using the microphone. And I mean, if it wasn't a problem, I could try to do something like more silence, but I still hate the idea of doing quote-unquote silent streams, or at the very least, in my case, because it isn't necessary for me to do something of that degree, that I can see them as very annoying. Yeah, I am completely losing my mind, I guess. Oh man, what a great concept it is to create art, you know? What an incredibly great concept. Collab with the workers. I wish. I mean, sometime in the future I wouldn't shy away from something like that. I probably if we had enough money, I mean, to pay for a normal day of somebody on that sort of field, I am going to do it. I mean, we're talking about years into the future. I would like to bring people from completely random places to have them talk about their experiences, as I know more than anything else that the possibility of somebody opening up about the different situations and not only simply talking about them but giving the possibility itself, or giving birth to the possibility of, I am going to talk about this problem that I have here. Somebody else might as well be going through something also similar, and by doing so it is that we could try to find any particular solution. By doing something of that degree, I would be very, not simply proud, because I don't make stuff out of a pride place, but rather very pleased to see it happening, let's say. and very even more grateful as the chance of helping somebody is never bad, and the chance of getting proper events, let's say, to happen because of those things is also never rejected, at least in my dictionary or in my encyclopedia of events to see and to perceive. So yeah, I don't know, very crazy. I guess what I'm noticing is that I mix too much fucking walls of this particular I was going to say garden of this park, so now I am going to have some problems mixing the rest of the composition on the walls, I guess. That's very crazy. Anyways, yeah, let me see. Okay, we have kind of properly done half, kind of. Let me do this over here. We have a blank spot over there, but I might as well leave some, I guess. Is it looking bad or not? I think it isn't looking that bad compared to what I was having in mind that it was going to look, I guess. I don't know. I'm not that satisfied, but yeah, it isn't looking that bad. And I would pretty much rather have it be like this than to have it not exist at all, I guess. Anyways, Vtubers, huh? What a crazy thing it is to exist in this world. To be alive, wow. Yeah. It is finally catching up to me, and this time for real, the whole physical strain that has been to be alive for these past 48 hours or so. This is too much. But anyways, I don't know, I have some questions that I would always like to ask, but I think this is no proper place, or even at the very least, there is no proper place to do so. This isn't the proper time to do so. I don't know, I can't truly understand how people is capable sometimes of holding back their wishes to ask the most random stuff that comes to their minds. I wish I had it because most of the time I base my conversations off my curiosity, sadly. And I guess, in a certain sense, the possibility of showing others that you have any particular interest on what they are talking about, as long as they are capable of fulfilling that role, might as well feel nice. But I don't know. I guess the problem is doing something like that and negating that you only have certain types of interest. You are not going to be truly engaged on every single part of it, as it is impossible for your attention to be grabbed by any other thing, but only those that you're really interested in, at the very least from that person. So yeah, I don't know, kind of crazy to say it like that, and even more to say it like that, because I think sometimes people shies away from the possibility of saying, wow, but you truly are not, for me at least, interesting on these topics, or the explanations that you gave me, are not just interesting, my man, so goodbye. But for example, something that makes complete sense is also the fear that somebody might have from saying something too unhinged and getting, I don't think cancelled. It isn't that common for anyone to get cancelled here, at the very least, so far on what I have seen. unless you really fuck up, you don't have a chance at being cancelled, let's say. But I don't know, at the same time, kind of crazy to say that not sometimes, most of the time, people takes stuff too serious when it doesn't need to be that way, I guess. Yeah, it is kind of embarrassing to see that I left too much fucking green exist on this whole canvas. In the borders and not in the rest of the composition, I guess. Okay, let me finish this over here, also here, and I think with this we can kind of announce that we have done almost everything that was in our hands, at least for now. I guess this is amazing. This is no wait, I fucking fucked up. Amazing. That is more amazing than anything else. Okay, there we have it. Now I can really say that we might as well be done with this so far. My god, what a crazy adventure this has been. This particular plaza. What? Do it canceling speed run. Yeah, I guess sometimes it happens that you might as well want to do so, but I don't know. I think so far we don't have that many possibility of trying to go for it, even if it is for the funnies. I don't know. Anyways, there it is. Not so bad, I mean. Not so bad. I guess, I can even also see where I did even worse than here. And I guess the only okay. The only kind of weird thing that happens is because of the so mixed stuff. It feels like I tend to not say too much, but I guess this whole thing has been truly trippy because it feels like fucking patterns that you see when you're on substances. Let's say how everything looks here on this particular side. I mean, it might as well be also not only a plaza. I understand that it is a plaza, but it might as well also be water. Crazy, my man. What the fuck is this? I never noticed that it had that look. What? Wow. We can even try to leave it like this. What? What the fuck? No. I'm not leaving it like this. Like this. So yeah, anyways. Moving on. Man, what a crazy work this was. This has been overall. But yeah, I know. We're going to call it right here. The sleepiness has taken too much control of me. So, let me see. Do we have the possibility of raiding someone? Can I not think about who I want to raid? Please do not make me think this is painful every single time that I have to put my mind behind it. I find myself dying a little bit. Give me a second. Why is there somebody else here? No. Wait. Man, wait. I have found someone. Someone interesting. Someone who needs trades also. Yes? He needs them, no? Yeah, he needs them. Yeah! This is amazing. Let me copy this, and now I sadly have to go back into chat. So, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. Quality content. I don't know. Did I fucking get an ad from my own channel? This is amazing. Anyways, yeah. We're going to write somebody very interesting. Somebody who has interesting content, let's say. Let me put this over here. So, well, as always, people, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, thanks for lurking, thanks for spending time with the potato, thanks for all of the precious gifts that are constantly bestowed upon this amazing journey that is to create content, to create something entertainment, to do our best to make it as good as it can be whenever we have the possibility of doing so. In this case, we are going to read, yes, Koya Wolf. Somebody interesting, let's say. Furry, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to read him. As always, as I said, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, thanks for looking, thanks for all the precious gifts. Remember to stay safe, remember to stay nice, remember to stay rested properly, to not overheat, to not overcold, to not over anything, to not overeat. And well, yeah, now we're leaving, and whenever we have the possibility, we're getting back here, and at the very least, if we don't have the chance, we enjoyed what will happen and what transpired today. So yeah, thanks for everything. Now leaving, where to raid, who, Koya Wolf, doing I didn't check, sorry. No, it was Grand Blue, I remember. So yeah, thanks for everything and goodbye.